Hey, hello everybody. How you doing? It's me, Kim, with the Warriors at Surviving, and we got a card read, a couple cards, and the hideous lamp that my cousin Kathy gave me that was white. I did a couple of steps already. Okay, so this was white, and then I painted it black, and we're going to paint it gold on the inside. And this, I had to put 2 coats on and I had to wait till it cured. And I'm going to paint it gold, okay? And we might do a design around the edges in gold, not sure yet. So, yeah, I know I don't have all my stuff together. But let's talk about the cards we got. That Harriet has showed up again, longing for home, and it must be telling me I'm longing for home. I hope it ain't meaning that I'm going home to Granny, but it's a homesickness, a longing for something that you need, that home isn't a place. Home is where you feel home. And it could be in a double wide trailer, it can be in a single wide trailer, it can be in a mansion, it can be in a regular house with happiness all around you and, you know, your loving family and everybody's getting along and you feel you're at home. And then the Cosmic Heart showed up again. Well, let's see what the Cosmic Heart says. These things are really interesting. And you can really go down the rabbit hole on them. Cosmic Heart is universal love, consciousness, and interconnectedness of all things. Represents the divine and the ultimate reality within us. Unconditional love, compassion, and interconnectedness of all beings of the universe. Our heart is the inner source of divinity, the seat of our true self, and a place where we connect with something larger than ourselves, the divine or the ultimate reality. So it's pretty cool. So we'll do the other 2 cards later. I'm hoping this doesn't take forever, but who knows with the painting. Okay, so I know I should already have all this stuff up. I think I want the brighter one. Okay. This is a very thick paint. So pour a little bit of paint, the gold paint in here. Now this is not chalk paint. This is regular paint. A really nice pigment, thick gold. That's how thick it is. It literally has to be scooped out. Wow. Okay. Oh, where's that brush at? I'm going to go ahead and start this. after I did all that, I'm going to take it out and put it in the ADD, ADHD, nuts, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And I will probably have to do 2 coats on this. I'm going to see how this brush works. And then I'm going to see how this brush works. Okay. Yeah, I will have to do 2 coats. This will probably be one coat. We'll talk a bit, and then I'll do the other coat. Or it could be a 2-part series. We'll see. So my granddaughter, she's not going to move down here. They had their second interview for an apartment. So if she had the second interview, that's a good sign. She's probably going to get it. Let's see, what can we talk about? Read a story today online on my news app, and really disturbed me. A little 10-year-old girl killed herself because of bullying. Apparently, she had a lot of empathy, or had a lot of empathy, and she would take up for kids that were being bullied, and then that made her the target to be bullied. 10 years old. 10 years old. Beautiful little girl. They said she had an infectious laugh, that she was a jokester. She was fun to be around. 10 years old. She took her own life because she was being bullied. Such a shame. She leaves behind a family that's going to be hurt. It's going to miss her. Never ever get over it. Bullying's got to stop. It's just got to stop. And pray for that family, because they're going to need prayers. There's a reason why I did this in black. I don't know the reason. Not yet, anyway. I'll figure it out. So this is kind of like one of my trash to treasure things. When I did the first lamp in the purples and the golds and the blues, when my cousin came over and her daughter saw it, she was really amazed that it had turned out so well. And she said, I would have never seen that looking at it. Well, it just came to me. No, actually, I'm lying. I went on Pinterest and I was just looking at some abstract art because I get a lot of ideas for my canvases, which I'll do one of them one day. And I saw this really beautiful vase. I guess you would call it a vase. And I loved how the colors were. So I tried to replicate it on the lamp. And, oh yeah. And the sad thing is I don't have a tassel to put on it. The tassel I ordered wasn't long enough. So that's what I'm going to do the design on through here. And also give me a like and a subscribe and make a comment. I'm not going anywhere. I'm keeping this up. I know I wasn't here last night because my friend Annette called and we talked till 2 o'clock in the morning. That sometimes girls just gotta do that. The weather's getting nicer, and that means I'm going to be able to do some walk and talks. It's been kind of, we had a wintry mix last night. But soon it will be getting better. Share my videos. Or mention me. I'm trying to make money off of this. I'm not doing this, well, I am doing it to keep my creative juices flowing. But also I want to teach people. Let's put that over here. You can see what's going on. Yeah, I know, I do things crazy. You get used to it. Anyhow, my friend last night as we were talking, she looked over on my videos and she was giving advice and telling me that I needed to be more Martha Stewart-like. And I probably need to watch some of Martha Stewart's videos so that I can do some of the things she does. Yeah, I want you interested. I want you to keep coming back. Because there's a lot of topics we got to go over. And no, I'm not for everybody. I know that. And she also told me to lose the correctional officer tone. She and I were correctional officers together. And when I have fun, I will let you know. My cousin and I are going to the, well, I got to have a pulmonary function test tomorrow, a breathing test. And my son's got to see about, he's got some things going on, and he was just diagnosed with a carotid artery disease. So, he's had some things happen in the last week that we feel he needs to see the doctor. And my cousin Darlene isn't feeling good, and I stepped up and pulled the, I may not be your mother, I may not be your sister, but I am your cousin, and I'm stepping up, and you're going to the doctor. She's just not been feeling good. She's the one that just recently got divorced. Okay, so we're going to set this over here. I think I got it covered everywhere. Okay. And then we're going to turn this way. And I didn't think to put this together. Beforehand, because, oh God, I am the most disorganized painter. It's not a planned thing. It's oh yeah, I'll use that color. Oh, I'll use that color. Yeah, that color will work. I wished I was more organized. I don't know if that's going to work or not. No, that doesn't look like it's going to work. It's not breaking down. And I don't like any of those golds. You know, this being over 60, yeah, I'm glad I made it. You know, but you get tired so easily, especially if you've got, no, you need to go. Mr. Jinx, where's your collar? Don't knock my camera down. Mr. Jinx is, I call him my half cat. I have 1.5 cats. Because he just really doesn't hang out with you. Every once in a while, but most of the time he's just like, I got better things to do. I don't know what those better things are. Oh, he's eating now. Well, he's lost his collar. But he's the most graceful cat. He walks around on top of furniture where there's figurines and vases, and he maneuvers himself. He just slithers through without breaking anything or knocking anything over. I'm sure he's knocked a few things over. He's never broke anything. And he just, sometimes he sleeps with me, sometimes he don't. Here lately, my son's dog's been sleeping with me. And last night, I think both cats slept with me and my son's dog. My dog was laying in the living room on her. She has a futon. Well, she's 17. So, we let her do whatever she wants because she's not going to be with us much longer. You know, they don't live forever. And it's going to hurt. This just didn't really. Let me see what we got here. One of the things I want to get is something that I can clamp onto up there. Okay. Clamp onto up that way, and then it will have the light and then the camera holder, and you can see what I'm doing. This is just, well, let's just fool with what we got here. Okay, so we're going to paint it gold. Oh yeah, I like how that gold shimmers through that black. Yeah, that's cool. You know, there's a, think about this. I don't have a car, so I can't do it. But, you can go out to, well, our Salvation Army doesn't do it anymore. But, pick up things from Salvation Army, Goodwill, thrift shops. And if they're just, okay, like, there's something about it you like. You know, you like the design, or you like how it's put together, or you see that you, I mean, there's some potential for that. And pick up things and bring them home and work on them. It's just paint. Remember, it's just paint. Can you see that? Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably going to have to take 2 coats. I have to stand up for this, so I'm sorry. And I know I'm not doing the great. I know that just give me time. I will get there. I have a lot of determination, and I have commitment, and I'm showing up, and I'm participating. Yeah, that's gonna look really good. I hope that dries so that I can put this on. Paint that over there. I'd like to get that painted. And one thing about this is, from where you have to water it bleeds through, so I will have to go back and add some more black paint over top of that gold. Because it's just like a thin nylon. Piece of material on the lampshade. It's not. Mr. Jenks, you want to come over here and get on the camera? Come on. Come to Mama. My son named him Mr. Jenks. Whoops. he got really long. We've only had him a couple of months and a half maybe. And he got to be a real long cat. I enjoy painting. I can get lost in it. But yeah, I'll have a better setup when, which I checked it today. It has cleared customs, what I ordered. And next week I'm going to be ordering the arm. We'll get there. And look, I don't have all the answers. A lot of times I just learn as I go. I wish I had more viewers and y'all were commenting so we could get to know each other. And engage and talk about things that matter. Because it's not just a painting and oracle channel. We've all been affected by someone with an alcohol or an addiction problem. And everybody sweeps it under the rug. One of my real good friends died. Her son, 42 years old, passed away due to, he had a heart attack and a stroke. But there was also fentanyl and benzos in his system. And 42. My son has been in recovery for over 3 years, 3.5. And he has really made an absolute turnaround in the last 6 months. Complete turnaround. Don't know if you can see that. And pull that down. Yeah, you can see it. Kind of like that. I'll put another. Yeah, I'm going to put another. So anybody doing anything fun this weekend? I'm hoping my son puts my lights up in the living room that I had forever and a day. I've been asking forever. And he's taken over in the living room. And I really wished he'd go back to his bedroom. But the bigger TV's in the living room. And, well, there you have it. Yeah, I'm going to have to make some more of this. And see, it's bled through, but I'll just go back over that with black. Well, I don't have any plans for this weekend, but I never do. I don't do anything. So, I know I say so a lot. Pregnant pauses. We're going to make this pretty. I hope you like it. I hope you stay and watch the whole video. But I've been told, don't worry about the, get 30 and 30. Okay, all right, I'll do that. And don't freak out if only 2 people watch your video. Come back at 100 and see what's going on after you posted 100 videos. So that's what we'll do. We'll just keep that paint ain't, you don't know what it's made out of. It's kind of, doesn't want to thin out. It wants to clump together. Yeah, I will straighten that back up where that's bled through. But I have to wait till it dries. Maybe not. We'll see. I have just a little bit of watered down black. Actually, it's pretty cool, but it's going to need another coat. to put this here. Just got paint on. Y'all think I'm drunk the way I'm falling around. How long have I been running? 36 minutes. You know what? I think we're going to do the other cards. I want this to be completely dry before I go adding another layer. So we're going to do the cards. Karmic relationship. And chart of the cosmos. Okay, Orion is a constellation. It's the biggest constellation. And it's sometimes referred to Orion, the hunter. I'm learning a little bit about this. And a whole lot more. There's a whole lot for me to learn. Okay, so we're going to talk about karmic relationships. Karmic relationships, Orion energy, hunter energy, polarity, soul growth, and we could all use our soul to grow, but then conflict. And this is from Rebecca Campbell on her Starseed cards, and this is from her website, because I don't know all these cards. I'm learning them as I go along. I find them inspirational, self-awareness, guidance, reflection, spiritual. Just, I gotta let a cat out. Hold on. Now, hold on. Yes, I know. Not even he wants to hang with me. The constellation Orion is thought to be by many to have been a place of great polarity, and that is fundamentally spiritual concept exploring the human condition, and then I cannot read that, and altruistic unity for all. Eventually place of great polarity and eventually unity. Some believe that many star seeds, and again, if you want to know more about star seeds, check it out. Go to Google it. Watch it on YouTube. Were a part of this cosmic history, are incarnate on Earth now, and are playing out karmic relationships from Orion times. Perhaps you are one of them. Now, I don't know if I came from a planet. and just visiting here. It could be. Who knows? We don't know all the answers. We'll never know all the answers. Polarity causes conflict and highlights separation. However, because of this conflict, can also result in unity and growth. And yeah, we do have growth from times that are tough, times that try us, times that, we feel the emotional need, knees buckle, the end of the earth. What are we going to do here? Too many misunderstandings are caused when we don't open our heart and mind and see things from a different point of view. When we go into reactive, second-guessing mode, instead of gathering the courage to open our heart, admit that we may have reacted because of our own woundings, and find a mutual ground. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. I'm not really one to work out a situation. I mean, I'll give it a chance. I'll say what I have to say. But I have the radar on, and when the issue continues, then I don't put much more into it. I don't like drama. I don't like chaos, and I don't put a lot of time into making things work. I'm 62 and almost 63, and you just reach a certain age. When you're younger, yeah, you got time to be bendable, and but I do live with my son, and I do have friends and family that I engage with frequently, but we don't have no misunderstandings. Oh, me and my son do, because that's different, because he and I are just alike. So gather the courage to open your heart and admit that you may have reacted because of your own woundings. We are all innocent children looking to be seen, understood, and cherished. And we all deserve to be seen, understood, and cherished, and loved. It's much harder to grow closer through conflict than it is to grow further apart. Yeah, it's easy to grow further apart, and it's hard to grow through conflict. And that's when a lot of people just, I'm done. I'm done with it. And they're done. And yet half the invitation, go closer through conflict than it is to grow further apart. And yet that's the invitation of conflict. So we want to not have conflict. We want to meet on mutual ground and be understanding of each other. That works. Less chaotic, less trauma, less drama. It's easy to react and take things personally. Yeah. But you got to quit that. Don't take everything personally. I have a relative. I haven't spoken to this relative in several years, since the 90s. And she's a very miserable person. She blames everybody for everything. She's hateful, she's mean, she's selfish, she's greedy. And this is my older sister. And I took it personal for years. I must be doing something. And then a friend of mine said, it's not you. She's just miserable. She has to be miserable or she wouldn't act like that. And that's true. If you're not miserable, you don't go around making other people miserable. You just don't do it. It's more challenging to see the innocence of all involved and find a way to grow closer through the conflict. Yeah. Especially with family that you hold near and dear, your immediate family, the family that matters to you. It's me and my son, my granddaughter, and my cousins. That's pretty much my family. We learn through relationships and we grow through relationships. Even if it's a bad relationship, you'll have learned something. And hopefully you will have growth. That, I don't want that again. Or I shouldn't have done that. That wasn't right for me to do that. I said something awful. How can you soften your heart and drop your defenses enough to see the innocence of all involved? Well, that takes a lot of humbleness, self-reflection, self-awareness, admitting your fault, and don't do it again. How can you learn to see the similarities rather than the differences? Well, you need to focus on kind of like what's the end game here? What's the goal? What is it we need to come to a consensus about? Which relationships do you find the most challenging? How can you see things from a different perspective? How are you being called to allow growth through conflict? Okay. Those are your questions you need to think about. Which relationships do you find the most challenging? How can you see things from a different perspective? Look at it from their point of view. Try to put yourself in their shoes. How are you being called to allow growth through conflict? Well, if you don't grow through conflict, you're going to stay in conflict. Okay, so the next card is Child of the Cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Here's the Karmic card. Aren't they beautiful? That's the Child of the Cosmos. A mysterious force that governs all of life. An intelligence that tells flowers when to bloom and the tides and seasons when to come and go. That intelligence is within you too. The answers are within you. You just have to find them. Way before you drew your first breath, and it will be there. It was there before you drew your first breath, and it will be there long after you take your last breath. Beyond. Well beyond our last. It is the part of you that informs every cell what to do when you were in your mother's womb. Kind of like an imprint. It was already put in us, the journey. Sometimes we screw up on the journey and don't do what we're supposed to do. And that's when we need to get back on track. It's harder to resist this force than it is to surrender to it. Earth is a planet of polarity and free will. It's easy to forget that this intelligence exists within us. So often we become disconnected from the impulse of life and fall into the pattern of believing that we're separate or feeling that we need to go it alone. You call on your ancestors, call on your spirits, your spirit guides, your angels, your saints, God, your friends. Ask them. You don't have to go it alone. Reach out. I remember when I was little and I said I didn't have any friends. And my mother says, well, first you got to be a friend before you can have a friend. That's true. We can feel isolated and as if we need to figure things out for ourselves to rely on our own strength. Well, I've had to rely on my own strength for quite a while. I didn't know there was any other way to do it. I just had to be strong. You are being called to remember the intelligence that's within you, each and every one of your cells, to remember that you are a precious child of a loving, gentle universe, of God, of Jesus, of Allah, whatever you believe. You have access to the intelligence, to all the wisdom, the strength, the flow, and the qualities that every way is or will be. To remember that the flowers know exactly when to bloom. And you do too. You know when to bloom. How can you surrender more deeply to the intelligent flow of life? Slow down. Go within yourself, your intelligence, your truth, your being. Pray, meditate, be at peace. I'm going to read this back to you because these are questions you need to answer for yourself. How can you surrender more deeply to the intelligent flow of life? Maybe slow down, go within yourself, your own intelligence, your own wisdom, your truth, your being. Pray about it, meditate, think about it, and go from there. All right, so wrapping it up, I'm going to come back tomorrow, and we're going to finish it. Okay? And if you stayed the whole show, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Good night. Well, apparently it won't go home.